Cheese. Just hearing the word makes most people think of fat, salt, and something unhealthy. But what if I told you that cheese, the very food often blamed for weight gain and indulgence, could actually be one of the most powerful keys to preserving your muscle, your strength, and your independence after age 65? The truth is, maintaining muscle in later life isn't just about exercise. It's also about what you eat every single day. And sometimes, the secret to fighting sarcopenia, the silent loss of muscle that affects millions, might be sitting quietly in your refrigerator, wrapped in wax paper, waiting for you to discover it. My name is Dr. Thomas Reed. For more than 30 years, I've helped thousands of older adults regain strength, mobility, and independence. Today, I want to share with you 3 very specific cheeses, 3 natural nutritional tools that research and doctors are increasingly recommending for adults over 65. These aren't ordinary snacks. They're foods that can protect your muscles, improve balance, restore strength, and help you live more confidently every single day. First, let's talk about the enemy, sarcopenia. This is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. Gosh. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come with pain at first. Instead, it creeps up slowly. Suddenly, you realize climbing stairs is harder, getting up from a chair feels heavier, and carrying groceries is exhausting. Worst of all, it increases your risk of falls, fractures, and losing your independence. Most people think that's just aging. There's nothing I can do. But that's not true. Sarcopenia can be slowed, prevented, and even reversed if you know how to supply your body with the right type of protein, at the right time, in the right amount. That's where these 3 special cheeses come in. The first one is cottage cheese. At first glance, it might remind you of diet plans from the 1980s, but don't underestimate it. Cottage cheese is actually a muscle-building powerhouse, especially for older adults. Just half a cup contains 14 grams of high-quality protein with only 81 calories. Nearly 70% of its calories come from protein, a ratio far higher than most cheeses. Even more important, each serving delivers over 1 gram of leucine, the amino acid trigger that flips your body into muscle-building mode. Older adults need about 3 grams of leucine at every meal to really activate muscle growth. And cottage cheese gets you 1/3 of the way there in a single serving. The main protein in cottage cheese is casein, which digests slowly over 6 to 8 hours. This means your muscles receive a steady supply of amino acids for most of the day or night. Eating cottage cheese before bed, for example, helps protect your muscles while you sleep, instead of letting your body break them down for energy. For many of my patients, cottage cheese is a lifesaver. It's soft, easy to chew, gentle on digestion, and versatile in the kitchen. You can eat it straight from the container, mix it with berries and honey for breakfast. Combine it with tomatoes, cucumber, and herbs for a savory snack. Blend it into smoothies. If you don't like the texture, you won't even taste it. You can even use it as a creamy substitute for mayonnaise and chicken or tuna salad. My recommendation? Aim for half to 1 cup daily, especially at breakfast or before bed. Now let's move on to Parmesan, also known as Parmigiano Reggiano. Most people only think of Parmesan as something you sprinkle on pasta, but in reality, it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. 1 ounce the size of your thumb packs, more than 10 grams of complete protein, because it's aged for at least 24 months. The proteins are naturally broken down into smaller, more digestible pieces. It's like the cheese has been pre-digested for you, making it incredibly easy on older digestive systems. And here's another bonus. Authentic Parmesan contains virtually no lactose, so even those who can't tolerate milk can usually enjoy it. Parmesan is also a calcium powerhouse. That same 1 ounce serving contains 331 milligrams of calcium, about 1/4 of your daily need. And remember, calcium isn't just for bones. Your muscles need calcium for every single contraction. Without enough calcium, your muscles can't function properly, no matter how much protein you eat. The beauty of Parmesan is that you don't need much. Just 1 to 2 ounces a day is enough to make a real difference. Sprinkle it freshly grated over scrambled eggs in the morning, add it to soups and salads at lunch, or top your vegetables with it at dinner. You can even nibble on small chunks with fruit or nuts for a satisfying snack. But remember, Always choose authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, freshly grated from the wheel. The flavor, nutrition, and satisfaction are far superior to pre-grated containers. Finally, let's talk about ricotta. This cheese is unique because it's made from whey protein, the liquid left behind after making other cheeses. While cottage and parmesan are kisin-based and slow to digest, ricotta delivers fast-absorbing whey. Your body begins using whey protein within 30 to 60 minutes of eating it. That's critical, because right after physical activity, whether it's a walk, gardening, or light exercise, your muscles are primed to absorb protein and rebuild. Ricotta delivers it right when your muscles need it most. Half a cup of ricotta provides about 14 grams of protein and is especially rich in branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs, which go straight to muscle tissue. Ricotta is also lower in sodium than most cheeses, only about 100 milligrams per half cup compared to 400 or more in other cheeses. And it's smooth, creamy, and easy to eat, even for people with dental problems or difficulty swallowing. Research is impressive. In one study, older adults who ate 3/4 of a cup of ricotta daily didn't just gain muscle, they also improved balance, strength, and physical performance in just 90 days. And beyond muscle, the whey protein in ricotta has been shown to support heart health and lower blood pressure. Ricotta is wonderfully versatile. Spread it on whole grain toast with honey and cinnamon for breakfast. Yes. Mix it with herbs for a lunch. Dip or sandwich spread. Stuff it into vegetables, stir it into pasta sauces, or even whip it with cocoa powder for a protein-rich dessert. For best results, enjoy ricotta within 2 hours of physical activity, when your muscles are most ready to rebuild. Now that you know the 3 cheeses, let's talk about timing. This is just as important as what you eat. Critical opportunity. After 8 to 10 hours of fasting overnight, your body is in muscle breakdown mode. A high-protein breakfast flips the switch back to muscle building, unfortunately. Most older adults eat only 8 grams of protein at breakfast, nowhere near enough. Research shows that 25 to 30 grams at breakfast dramatically improves muscle maintenance throughout the day. Here's an example. Half a cup of cottage cheese mixed with berries, topped with an ounce of fresh parmesan, gives you 24 grams of high-quality protein and over 2 grams of leucine F to start the muscle-building process. The key is to spread your protein evenly. Instead of the common light, heavy pattern, light breakfast, light lunch, heavy dinner, you need about 25 to 30 grams at each main meal. That way, your muscles receive a steady stream of nutrients throughout the day. And don't forget the activity window. Whenever you move, whether it's a short walk, gardening, or simple household chores, your muscles become more receptive to protein for about 2 hours. That's the perfect time to enjoy one of these cheeses for maximum benefit. Of course, we need to talk about health considerations. If you're lactose intolerant, Parmesan is your safest choice, while cottage cheese and ricotta are much lower in lactose than milk and usually well tolerated in small amounts. If you have high blood pressure, look for low-sodium versions, especially of cottage cheese. If you're concerned about cholesterol, rest easy. Large studies show that moderate cheese intake, as part of a balanced diet, does not increase heart disease risk. If you're on blood-thinning medications, be consistent with your intake and let your doctor know. Since cheese contains vitamin K, and if you have kidney issues, consult your physician before increasing protein. But diet is only half the story. Pairing these cheeses with light resistance exercise creates what scientists call a synergistic effect. The results are greater than what you'd get from cheese or exercise alone. Resistance training for older adults doesn't mean lifting heavy weights. It can be as simple as sitting down and standing up from a chair, doing push-ups against the wall, or using elastic resistance bands. Just 2 or 3 times a week is enough. It's combined with daily cheese intake. It can restore what researchers call a youthful muscle-building response, even in people over 80. So here's the bottom line. Cottage, Parmesan, ricotta. 3 simple cheeses. 3 powerful tools to protect your muscles, preserve your independence, and keep you strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. What should you do today? Step 1. Go to the store and buy these 3 cheeses. Step 2. Calculate your protein needs about 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Step 3. Plan tomorrow's meals to include 25 to 30 grams of protein at each one, using these cheeses. Step 4. Add 5 to 10 minutes of light movement standing, walking, or lifting light weights. Step 5. Commit for 90 days. Picture yourself 3 months from now. You stand up from your chair more easily, carry groceries without strain. You climb stairs with confidence. All because of 3 simple foods that most people overlook. You might think it's just cheese, but sometimes the smallest, most consistent changes make the biggest difference in your future health. So, starting today, eat cheese to feed your muscles, move your body to stay strong, and live your later years with freedom, independence, and energy.